I'm excited to be working with HTVRONT to show you their new heat press. This is their manual heat press. The heat press actually swings so that you can get the heat plate out of your way. And the heat pad measures 15 by 15. It includes a control pad, and to turn it on, you just press the button. And then we have a temperature dial and also a time dial. And when you turn the heat plate, you place it above the heat pad, and to apply pressure, you push down the handle, and to adjust the pressure, you turn the dial. To do a proper review, I have created a few different substrates to demonstrate. I'm going to create a keychain, some car coasters, a mouse pad, and a few t-shirts. I'm going to also demonstrate some puff vinyl, some regular HTV, glitter HTV, and also a DTF print. I'm going to go ahead and start with the HTV puff vinyl. I'm going to start with that because it is the lowest temperature that we need. So we're going to start at 275, and we'll do that for 15 seconds. While it's coming to temp, I'm going to go ahead and just prep my t-shirt here. I'm going to use a lint roller to remove all the lint. I'm going to heat press it so that I can remove any moisture. While I'm removing the wrinkles, I also tested the pressure to make sure I have enough pressure for this garment. I just adjust it here. Okay, so once you have it to temperature and you have pressed out all of the wrinkles and removed moisture, go ahead and center your design on your t-shirt. So I do want to say, even though you can rotate this 360 degrees, you don't want to do that because you will tangle the cord, but you could either go left or right and it goes out of the way. You just want to make sure you have enough clearance on your workspace. So I'm going to go ahead and put this in place and put down the handle. And the way this works is for it to start pressing, you're going to press this down for 2 seconds, and then the timer starts. So it doesn't automatically start, the timer doesn't automatically start once you put the handle down, which isn't something I'm used to, but that's just how this one works. Then once it's done, go ahead, it beeps, and we'll move it out of the way. So as you can see, it is puffed up. We have to make sure that this cools all the way down before we move the carrier sheet. But that's how it looks so far. So just another observation, with the control panel, it continues to flash even though I've already pressed for that time that we had set. So I'm going to go ahead and press this button again and it resets it. So this press is very manual. There isn't anything automatic about it except for the fact that it will beep once it's done. Okay, so this has cooled. We're going to just carefully remove the carrier sheet. And there's the puff vinyl. It looks pretty good. So now we can move on to the next project. Okay, for this project, I'm using a canvas tote bag. It's a cotton canvas tote bag. I've already removed the wrinkles and the moisture, and I'm going to go ahead and apply this DTF. So I'm centering that here. I really do like the swing away feature of this heat press, and it does have a very wide workspace. The 15 by 15 is very nice. So for this, we're waiting for the temperature to rise to 320 degrees, and we're going to press it for 20 seconds. Okay, we're at temperature. I'm going to go ahead and swing it over on top of the design, and then pull down the handle. Okay, it's all done, so I'm going to go ahead and swing this away and let it cool down. With DTF, we do have to make sure it is cool all the way. Okay, let's go ahead and remove the carrier sheet. There's nothing left on the sheet, which is good news. And it looks great. So it has enough pressure, no problems applying DTF. Okay, the next project, we're going to do some sublimation. We're going to go to 390 degrees for 40 seconds. And once that gets to temperature, we'll get started. While we wait, I'm going to go ahead and prep my t-shirt by pre-pressing it to remove any moisture and take out any of the wrinkles. This is a 100% polyester t-shirt that was sent to me by HTVRONT. It's available on their website. I'm going to go ahead and put some butcher paper in between the top and bottom layer of the t-shirt. That way the ink does not go through to the other side of the garment. So I have part one of my project here. This is a sublimation print. I printed on a sub paper on my Epson F170 sublimation printer. So I'm going to go ahead and center this and put this in place. I'm going to tack it down with some heat resistant tape. Okay, it did beep 3 times telling me that it is at temperature. Now we're going to go ahead and move the heat plate over. I do want to note as well that there isn't a catch. With some heat presses, it stops you before you pass the heat plate or the heat pad. This one, you just kind of have to make sure you're right over it because it can go askew if you want. So just put it over on the center and then press down and then quickly press this button to start the timer. I normally put another piece of butcher paper over the print, but I forgot to do that. So hopefully we won't have any ink bleed on the heat plate. Okay, it's beeping telling me it's time to take off the heat plate. Let's move it over. And then I'll go ahead and remove to reveal the design. Looks great. For the next part, we're going to go ahead and reduce the temperature to 310. And our time is going to be 15 seconds. So we're going to be waiting a little bit for it to get cooled down. While I wait for the temperature to go down, I'm going to go ahead and place my glitter HTV over the sublimation print, and then I'll tack it down with some heat tape. I'm going to go ahead and put a Teflon sheet on top. As you can see, I've moved this entirely away from my heat plate just because I don't want any heat to cover my project. So that's a really nice feature of having this go almost all the way around. Okay, we're at temperature, and we'll go ahead and move it over. Put down the handle and push this button. Okay, we're going to go let that cool down a little bit as well. Okay, let's peel this off. Looks great. It's glitter HTV on top of a sublimation print on a 100% polyester shirt. Okay, we're going to move on to some more sublimation projects. So I'm taking it back up to 390 degrees, and we'll change the time to 40 seconds. I'm going to go ahead and cover my heat pad with some butcher paper to protect it from any ink bleed. HTVRONT also sent me some sublimation blanks. This is a really neat kit. It includes card coasters, earrings, keychains, and mouse pads. So I'm going to go ahead and do a mouse pad real quick. So I actually need to change the temperature to 400 and for 60 seconds for this project. If you haven't noticed yet, I'm doing a back to school or teacher appreciation type of theme. So we're going to go ahead and put the mouse pad centered onto my design here, and then I will add some heat tape. This is just to hold it so that I can flip it over, because you want to make sure that you are pressing the top of these. And then I'll go ahead and put another piece of butcher paper on top. I'm going to go ahead and make this go up a little bit higher because this is substantially thicker than the t-shirt. temperature's rising pretty quickly. I will say that it is faster than my other manual heat press that I have, so that's good. Okay, we're all done. And that came out very nice. Super hot, so let's get that cooled off. Okay, so let's do these coasters. I put some new butcher paper, put these right here in the center. It's the same time and temp and the same height adjustment. So we should just be able to do this pretty quickly. Oh, those came out cute as well. Okay, we're going to reduce to 356. But the closest we can get is 355, and we're going to go ahead and do it for 40 seconds. These keychains and earrings are wood, I think MDF. They have this layer of protection on top that we need to remove before we sublimate. You could just do that with your nail or with a weeding tool. Okay, so with this, we do one side at a time. I go ahead and center the design here, and then I'll secure it with tape. Go ahead and put that in the center. Okay, cover it with butcher paper, and then we'll press. Okay, it's gonna be hot, so I got my glove. Cute. Okay, let's do the other side. Butcher paper, press. Perfect. Okay, so these kits, I'm going to put this together real quick, come with all the findings you need for the earrings and the keychain. So I'm going to go ahead and put this together. Okay, just use some pliers. I don't know if you can see that. There we go. Tighten that up. There's the keychain. Then we also have this we can add to it. Okay, so I added the tassel, and it also comes with these retail type cards that you can use for the gift giving. Just go ahead and attach that here, like that. And then it comes with bags, which I thought was really cute. So if you have a small business, you might want to look into getting these because it comes with everything you need. If you're doing a craft show or something. But this is going to go into a basket that I'm making for a teacher at school. And then we'll just close that up. And that's it. Isn't that cute? Okay, let's go over the results of these projects. This is the Sublimation t-shirt that I did. I did the outline with Sublimation ink, and then we added the glitter HTV. That came out really nice. That's on the 100% polyester shirt from HTVRONT. I think that came out really nice. Very easy way to do layering without layering. So if you want to try that technique, that's really easy to do. Next we have the DTF tote bag. Came out perfect. Colors look great. There's no uneven press at all. Looks really good. Now we have the composition book personalized mouse pad with the teacher's name there. Another one that came out really nice. And then we have the keychain with coordinating car coasters. Very cute with the packaging. And lastly, we have the puff t-shirt that we did with the HTV puff vinyl, the glitter vinyl. When I first did it, I thought it came out amazing, but something happened. It started to pucker. And then I noticed this section here didn't puff at all. So I don't know what I did wrong. If I did anything wrong, maybe the temperature needs to be adjusted for this t-shirt. I didn't test it, I just did it based on the manufacturer's recommendation for the puff. But it worked, but like I said, Doesn't turn out as nice as I thought it was going to turn out. When I first removed the carrier sheet, it looked a lot better. Maybe I didn't take enough moisture out. So I'm going to work with the puff vinyl some more. I don't think it's necessarily the press's fault. Like I said, I didn't do any testing, but I won't be including this t-shirt with my packet for my teacher because it's not good enough to give. So all these projects came out really nicely with the HTVRONT press. So let's go over what I think about this heat press. Let's start with the pros. It is in a very good price point with HTVRONT's sales and coupons. You could get it at a very good price. I do like the swinging away feature, and I love that it goes all the way out of the way, where I've had other presses that just stop right about here, but it does go out all the way, so that's nice. I do like the control panel, very similar to other heat presses that have the control panel. However, I was disappointed to see that it didn't automatically start the timer once you push down the heat press. I found that that was a little bit a disadvantage when you're pressing, because you lose a couple of seconds there. Observation is that this does get hot. So when you are using it, you don't want to touch anything on top here because this, as it says, does get hot. I did notice after using this for these projects that my heat pad was starting to wrinkle, and I don't know why that is, but it's not something that I can't avoid by getting a silicone pad, which I think I'm going to do anyway. Just because I want to make sure that see these wrinkles here, that's going to come out of my garments, and I'll just get a silicone pad to make sure that doesn't happen. Overall, I think this is a good value if you're going to get something that it's under $200 and it has a swing away feature. It's not something you're going to be able to find for that price point. With that being said, it is lighter than other heat presses, so that's going to save you in some struggle with moving it. It's easy to move, it's easy to use. There are obviously some pros and cons, but again, I'd say I like it for its price point. Like I said, it's easy to use. I can move it around very easily. It's not too heavy. There are some things I wish it did, but overall, it's not a bad press. And if you're in the market for a manual heat press that you'd like to adjust its pressure, then I encourage you to check this one out. As always, if you have any questions, just drop them below. If there's something you'd like to see me try with this heat press, just let me know and I'll give it a try. And as always, thank you for watching, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Thank you.